Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Today's episode you might be able to hear I'm a little bit closer to the mic. It's because we are going to have a quite slow but kinda comfortable tempo in today's episode. And I'm not going to be over the top, yelling or talking loudly as in normal videos, because today's video is a garage tour. And usually when I do a garage tour, I urge you to take a step back, just relax, go get something to snack on or drink while you watch the video, because we will be here for a while. So for the sake of my own sanity, and I don't want to be like fake excited for 40 minutes. I mean, when I do my pack opening videos, I am usually excited, but I'm not going to try to fake being excited for 40 minutes while I show my garage. Although I enjoy showing you my garage, it's not like I am, crazy, you know what I mean. At least we're gonna have a little more relaxed video. Okay, so here you can start by looking at my garage disposition. I have 823 cars. I know it's kind of getting out of control right now. I only am missing 3 rare cars, and then I have every single rare car in the entire game, if you would believe that. So if I get those 3, I will have every single rare car in the entire game, and then I will do a video on why I decided to collect every single rare car in the entire game. I'm also only 30 cars from having every single super rare in the game. So yeah, I am collecting a lot of mid-tier cars at the moment. So yeah, as you can see, I'm still saving up cash. I'm almost up to 400k again, which is nice. I want to get up to 1 million again before the RQ rebalancing update drops, just in case there is some new stuff added. I don't think there will be. I think it might just be a RQ rebalance update, but if there is anything new, I want to be prepared, So yeah. As you can see, I have 16 legendaries currently, 64 epics, 81 ultra rares, 232 super rares, 289 rares, 74 uncommons and 67 commons. And we are going to go through all of them today. I might skim through a few of these, like I might not go full out on every single category, but we are going to go through everything. So what I want to do is sort RQ ascending is how I want to sort it. And then let's filter common, and let's start with my common cars. So as you can see, I have the Volkswagen Type 2s. Oh no, this is a very, very bad. Okay, so we're gonna go from the top then, I guess. That's fine. So I have the Aston Martin Signet, as you can see. Great little ride, actually better than you might expect. The Chevy Spark has actually helped me more than you might expect too. It's 84 handling medium, which is actually pretty good for those low RQ club events. I've got my Fiat Panda, I've had this forever, it's always good. The Cubo I had forever as well, it's not very good. I have the Coupe Cabriolet, one of the best commons in the game, definitely keep one. The Lancia 2000, very good, very, very good with the performance tires, definitely keep one of those as well. The Rover has not been used too much, but it does come in to use ever so often in club events, so I would definitely recommend keeping one. The Opel GT, beautiful ride, like super good ride. There's the 600 as well is quite good, but the Opel GT is awesome. The 6000 is helping me quite a lot too. Performance tires medium, but also that 4-wheel drive capability, unless it is in case it is raining on those city streets. The Renault Laguna, just maxed for those low RQ French club events, actually quite useful for that specific category. New Beetle, I've had it forever, it's quite good. The Volvo, obviously not very good, but I do still keep it. I do have 2 Austins here, because I did participate in the Austin competitions. I did not get all of the Austins, but I did get 3 of them, and these are 2 of those 3. The Alfa Romeo 2600 has so good top speed, so this is actually one I recommend you to get a hold of. The BMW 507, good car. The Chrysler Drifter, good car, but not too good. It has rubbish MRA, so don't be too fooled by the 6.8. The 507 is much better in the regards of drags. The Town & Country, nothing special. This one I actually maxed out very recently. It is actually a quite good little ride. 10.280 medium. Actually helped me quite a lot. Then we have the Twizy, of course. Everybody needs to have a Twizy. I have my Vixen, which is actually quite a good car too. You can see the stats, obviously. This is 969. Actually pretty good. I have the Austin Maxi. And then I have 2 Citroën Mehari. Not so good cars, but I have them because sometimes they actually help me. I have 5 Honda Beats, 3 of which are maxed out. All of them are maxed out 969, and I have 2 of them at 1 star. I have the Jaguar SS100, I have the Lotus Elite, and the Lotus Cortina maxed out. This is actually good, it's medium as well. Actually a good car, 8.676. I have the Lotus 7, this one is maxed out too, very good car. The Mini Cooper S, the 4 Firebird Trans Ams, 2 of which are maxed out, both 969, actually really good cars, 8.984 and only 4 RQ. The TVR Grandura, good car, I keep it around because it's good. The Villa d'Estate, not very good, but I did max it, and it is standard tire, so sometimes it actually helps me. Believe it or not. This is the next common I think I'm gonna max out, the Caballero Diablo. The A6G, not very good, but sometimes actually helps me when I need to get a free RQ in there. And here are all of my Volkswagens. As you can see, I have all 3 Type 2s, I have all 3, I have all 3 green Type 2s, I have all 3 blue Type 2s, and I have the only what color is this, like tan, the only tan one that has come out. Beige, I guess, kinda. Yeah, so there you go, those are my comments. So let's move on now. I know this video will be long, but I hope you find it interesting anyways. Let's move on to the uncommons. Now the Bentley Brooklands I'm gonna start on at some point, but I can't tell you anything about it right now. The Chevy Impala, of course, a staple car you must have. The Chevy Volt is so good, 6986 medium, that's good. These 2 are great too. The Chrysler Laser, I definitely recommend maxing out 1. I have often found use in having 2 maxed out too. Honda City Turbo, decent car. The Honda Civic, decent car. I have the Jaguar C-Type. The Lotus Twin Cam is really good. So is the Indy. Definitely 2 cars I would recommend, but they are not even slightly as good as the Yunus. Very, very, very good car. Should definitely keep one around if you don't have one already. The Opel Vectra is unnecessary, I must say, but I've had it for so long. It's just been a part of my garage for almost 300 days. So, you know, it sticks around, it's good. It's not good, but it sticks around because I've had it. This one is actually very good. It's 6.082 medium. Good car, you can see I've gotten a lot of use out of it for 318 days here, 500 races. That's more than 1 race per day. The Plymouth GTX, of course, a staple car you must have. The Porsche 924 I've literally had forever, almost 500 days. Great little racer. Sometimes it comes in useful, sometimes it does not. The Subaru Justy, not very good. So is the same with the Vauxhall Frontera here. The Volkswagen Corrado is really good. The Volkswagen Polo is not as good, but both of them are useful from time to time. Moving on here, the Ford Ranger, actually quite underwhelming. Even though it has 79 handling, it rarely helps me out. These, of course, the Land Rover Defenders are really good. They are what is keeping me at the tier 1 in the current event, that I can use them to RQ save, so I can put some heavy hitters like my Bentayga to back them up. The Honda Clarity, of course, I keep a lot of these. I'm gonna keep every single one I get because I do have a very, very strong suspicion that they are going to move up until the rare ranks when the next update rolls around. which is the RQ rebalancing update, the big one. So these will definitely be rare. That's at least what I think. That's not confirmed, but I think so. I have the mini one. It's very, very not used. Like, I've used it 22 times over 129 days, and I've only gotten 27% wins. Nissan Petrol, Renault Twizy, you know, that's a good car, you should have it. I have upgraded it wrong though. If you get it, definitely 969 it. I did wrong. Corrado, nice car. The Volvo is bad, but I max out every Volvo. Both of them are quite bad. The DB4 is okay. Honestly, I should get to maxing out the DB5 too. The Blazer is very, very useless. How long have I had this? 250 days, only 160 races. However, it has won most of those, so I don't know. The DS I also did wrong. I did 699, it should be 969, so I'm waiting for another one. I've been waiting for so long for another one. This one has been in my garage for 400 days. Crazy. Fiat Tipo, decent car, medium. Lancia Fulvia, always a favorite car of mine. I've had it for a long time. It has had so much use, as you can see, almost 700 races throughout the days. Definitely one you should keep. This must be my next project in the uncommon category, because it is such a great car. Definitely, if you do not have it, pick it up, because it will help you a lot. Pontiac Fiero, very underwhelming. This is the one I'm currently maxing out. As you can see, I am working slowly towards it, but because I have a cash saving situation, I am not really maxing anything out at the moment, except for my ultra rare Porsche that we will get to later. So that has kind of taken a back seat. I have the Alfa Romeo 2000 Sportiva. That's actually decent. When you need a 7 RQ drag car, it actually comes in quite clutch at different times, so I really do enjoy that car. The Alfa Romeo Mito, also a very good car for 7 RQ. Same goes for the Autosam and the Spider. It actually helps me out quite a lot from time to time. I have my army of Jaguars. I haven't started working on any of them. I have 3, 6, 8 of them. Of course, they are all price cars if you didn't know. But you should. And then I have the Brabus, which is a good car, and I have the Country Buggy, which is a good car. And this one I've started working on as well, I think, yeah. So those were my uncommons. I have quite a lot of useful ones, and I try to keep as many useful ones as I can. So let's move on to the rare now. So starting off, we have the Abarths, the Tributo Maserati and the Turismo. The Tributo Maserati is slightly better, but sometimes both of them are needed. I have the 159 and the 75. From the stats, you might think the 159 is better, but the 75 beats it literally everywhere, because it's rear-wheel drive to front-wheel drive. I have the Zagato that I maxed out wrong. It's 969, it should be 996, so I'm waiting for another one, so I can do it 996. I have the Lagonda Vignale, which is maxed out, 84 handling, standard tires, and also medium. Very, very useful, honestly. I have the Arnage and the Virage. I have pretty much every single rare, so I don't need to go through the ones that I haven't actually upgraded. But the 325iX, very good car. Actually helped me quite a lot, although the win ratio is kinda bad, because I usually use it to lose by only 50 points. I have the Z3, great car, great little racer. I've had this one for so long, almost 400 days, very good car. The code, super useful, like super useful. You can see how many races I've made. This is kind of cursed, 66666. Yeah, but there you go. The Malibu, even better car, like super good. You can see 74% win ratio. If you don't have a Malibu, definitely get one and keep one. 124 Spider, also solid car. Rally spec, good. I'm gonna try to max out another rally spec, but I'm currently working on 2 other rares in its place, so I'm gonna wait a little with that. ST170, this one is actually not the one I got from the Carrier, because I sold the one I got from the Carrier for some reason. So this is another one, and I have used it ever since. The Ford Mondeo, great car, actually 89 handling, but I say great car, 70% win ratio, but actually I think it should be 13, because it does not compete with other 14 standard tires cars because of its front wheel drive, in my opinion. We have the Ford Ranger, great car. This one has helped me a lot. I've gotten a lot of races done with this, 612 races. Great car. Moving on, the Lotus Elise, definitely a key car. You should have it. It used to be, well, when it first was introduced, I believe it was rare, and then it went up to super rare, and now it's down to rare again. Definitely keep one. Yeah, I should keep another, honestly. The Bi-Turbo and the Ghibli. The Ghibli is good, the Bi-Turbo not so much. The Ghibli is actually pretty good. High top speed, high everything. Good car. Maserati Spider, also good. I prefer it over the Bi-Turbo. Good car. The BBR, of course, a good car. I'm gonna max out the second one at some point. The RX-7 Turbo, sometimes it helps me in 80s club events and in 80s events in general. So it's a good car. Nissan Juke, not so good actually because of front wheel drive, but sometimes it can actually prove a little bit useful at least. Skyline Hardtop, absolutely great car. Like really good car. 54% win ratio because I usually throw with it. I use it to lose a little, but it's actually good. 5.4, 84, 70s car and medium. Super good. Nissan Terrano, surprisingly good with its 84 handling, actually helping me a lot. I haven't really used it a lot, but that's mostly because it's been sat in my garage for 130 or so days without being maxed out, and then 2 months ago or so I maxed it out, so that is why. The Opel GT Concept, I just recently maxed it out, and it's actually alright. It's not as good as you might say. I don't think it should go up to super rare. A lot of people do, but I don't know. I don't think so. The Pontiac Bonneville, not very special car. This is one of the rares I'm currently maxing out. I'm actually gonna do this 996 just for the Yellowbird campaign, so I can beat the hill climb. Carlton, good car. Actually pretty good. Medium as well, if you would believe that. 5.989. Cool car. Good car. Chevette, also medium, good car, used to be super rare, very good. Passat, not very good. 850, very good car, medium ground clearance, 5.890. Just the problem with this car is that there are usually not requirements where it can come in to play, because it is a Swedish car and you never see a Swedish event. So because of that, it never comes into play pretty much. But it is still a great car, and I love to have it in my garage. But you can see here how little I've used it. Almost 300 days in just 190 races. The 220D is decent. The i3 is really good. Really good. The Escalade, actually pretty good. Honestly, I maxed it wrong though, I think. This is 996, because I needed it for hill climbs, I believe. And now it should be 969, I believe. But I'm not gonna get a second one and max that too, I don't think at least. The C4 2.016V, actually good car. 87 handling is actually pretty good. But it is not the best, let's just put it that way. Like, this one is so much better if you just compare these two. This one is medium, however, so that is something you have to take into consideration. The Dodge Stealth is slow, but the Dodge Stealth actually very good. It used to be 8 RQ or something, then the stats changed and it went up to like 13. Yeah, I don't remember exactly the story of this car. I just remember that I had 5 of them when they were actually uncommon, but now I have 1 and it's maxed out and it's rare. And it's actually helping me quite a lot, honestly. So yeah, good car. Fiat 124 Spider, just maxed it out because it kept beating me. Good car. Denali is a very good car. It has rubbish MRA, but if you put it on city streets, you will be fine. It's great. The Accord Hybrid is the oldest car in my garage, I believe. 500 days. There might be some car that is a couple of days older, but I believe this is the oldest one I have. 64% win ratio, 1,000 races, great little car. The Islero is actually decent, 4.7 is decent. The Europa is okay, the MX-5 is really good. Ghibli SS not so good. 280 GE, kinda alright. It was so much better before the nerf, obviously, but it's still kinda alright. My 5 price car Pontiacs, actually the best rare dragster still, I believe, so definitely a good car to have. My Pontiac Grand Am, actually pretty good with its medium ground clearance, I enjoy it a lot. The Ram Dodge first generation, sometimes useful, but most of the times not. This one is a car that is very surprising to me, and I think all of you should have one, because it's actually pretty good. It's medium, it is 6.383 with 4-wheel drive, actually pretty good, 13 RQ. We have the Rally, which is also good. It's also medium and 4-wheel drive and performance tires. 6.685 to 6.383, so they kind of put themselves in the same category. Yeah, good cars. We have this one, the i3, pretty good. The Z4, very good. We also have the 396, which helps me a lot now that it's 12 RQ. Sometimes I need 12 RQ and not 13, and then I can slot this one in. So it's actually helping me a lot in that regard. The Chevy True is good. It's not overly good though, as you can see from the win ratio, but it is better than decent. So I would keep one. The Challenger, absolutely rubbish. The Dodge Dart is actually good for 12 RQ. I enjoy it. I haven't played it much, but I enjoy it. The rubbish Challenger though, don't max it out, don't bother. The Panda Cross, very bad. Like honestly so bad. Same goes for the other Panda we will see further down the line. Islero, oh sorry, what did I say? Islero? 350 GT, sorry. Not so good. Same goes for the Espada. This one is actually good. This one Espada is alright. But the Rocco is not so good. Yeah. Maserati Meroc, not very good. Mazda 3, actually pretty good with the medium standard tires, 84 handling. Actually pretty good, honestly, for 12. Opel Ascona is decent. Opel Manta is a little bit better. So yeah. I do believe this one is low though, and this one is medium. So bear that in mind. The two 306s, this one is slightly better, but this one has the Year of the Rat tag, so I maxed both of them. They are not too good, none of them, but they are both medium. Trans Am is very bad. I don't use it a lot, and when I use it I tend to lose. Well, okay, I say that and then I see 72% win ratio, so I guess I am wrong. The Ram Dodge Little Express truck, good car actually, helps me a lot on hill climbs sometimes, but I don't think the win ratio will reflect how good it actually is. Okay, it does, 80%. I've only used it in challenges and stuff, I think. I've never used it in like real competitive. So yeah. And then we have the C70, obviously it's ripped now because it is low. It used to be medium. When it was medium it was fine, but when it's low it's bad. And then 11s, I do have the Caterham that everybody has. It's actually pretty good still, with standard tires. This is the other Panda, absolute rubbish, like so bad. The Turbina, okay at some points, but not the best. And then we have the Land Rover Defender, which is absolutely useless now, when the 9RQ Land Rover is better in every single aspect. So this one you can just as well sell, but I'm gonna keep it of course. The Lotus Elan, good little racer, like literally pretty good. The Mistral, not as good, honestly, but for 11RQ, 170, it's actually decent for that, regarding that. The CX-3, decent, medium, standard tires, 82 handling, not too bad, honestly. 11RQ, I love to have it there. The most broken car in the current 11RQ rating, the Opel Manta, this will definitely go higher into the rare category. It will still remain rare, obviously, but it will go higher into the rare category when the rebalancing occurs. That is why I'm not hoarding them, but I'm definitely having one. And it's actually very, very, very overpowered currently, but you don't get to use it very often, but it is very overpowered, so I very much so advise you to keep on. The Opel Monza I'm currently maxing out too, or at least I'm starting for the Yellowbird campaign only. The 205, good car, actually, good car, but the Renault 5, better car. The only time the 205 beats the Renault 5 is on fast circuit and drags. Hairpin road, anything like that, the Renault 5 wins, but on the drags, the Peugeot wins. Then we have the Subaru Leon, good solid car. Not often do I say that about Subarus, but this is actually a very good car. And that is the end of my rares. Oh my god, we must have been going for a while already and we're only at super rares. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I am not tired of talking yet, so like I'm enjoying it, but I hope you are not bored. And we are moving on to super rares. Now super rares are quite interesting because I have quite a few I like a lot. The Stilo is decent, the Audi is decent, the Mulsanne Grand Limousine is upgraded wrongly. Yeah, not too good, honestly. The 328i is actually better than the 750, like it is really. It has better MRA, this one just does not keep up, and one more handling, so on all of the twisty stuff this usually wins over this. But I have both of them maxed out, just in case. I have the Z4s max out. This one is better in pretty much every aspect except for long drags, and in long drags this one wins. This one is 969 and this one is 969. Yeah, definitely gonna get another one of these, I think a 996 set, because it could be very quick. The CTS is decent, I've had it for a long while and it is quite decent, honestly. The rally cars, I have 3 of them. I used to have 5, but like there was no point in having 5, so I've used 2 for like a final or something. I remember I needed super rare fused materials, so now I only have 3, and I'm currently actually trying to max out the 3rd one. You can see it's actually 2-star waiting to happen. The Wild Rubies is very underwhelming, never really use it. The Abarth Rally is really good. The Ciciento is not very good. And the Ford Focus RS is interesting, sometimes good, sometimes not. The Ford Mustang is not so good, but I maxed it out for a specific event, I believe. The Wild Track is currently helping me in the current event. It's actually not as bad as you might think, as you can see from the win ratio. It does have decent stats, honestly. Moving on, the Honda Pilot is quite rubbish, honestly. I am mad I maxed it out. Now, the D-Type is good if you know how to use it. If you don't, it's actually rubbish. I have one 996 and one 969. You just need to know where to put them, and they are actually quite useful. The XKR is decent at best. It's not very good, but it is alright sometimes. The Lambo, I don't use it very much, but when I can use it, it's actually helping me quite a lot. You can see 76 races over 203 days, but a very impressive win ratio. Moving on to the discoveries, this one on the top is actually better, I believe, because it has slightly better MRA, and also it's newer, of course, 1 year. But there they are, both of them. The Elise Sprints, they are very good. I should max out the second one at some point, I don't know when though. And the RX-7, very good car, definitely should keep it. It used to be 19 RQ, now it's 18. And the E320 CDI, I maxed this one out because I thought it would come up at some point, but it has never come up, ever. The Mercedes-Benz GLA 220, I have 2 of them. One is actually upgraded like this, and one is maxed out. They are also very rarely used, you can see here. But when they come up, they are actually pretty decent cars, so I keep them around. The Mitsubishi Outlander, this one is actually not locked, it's waiting to fuse, but this one is actually really good. 7.885 used to be ultra rare. 41 races only, obviously it doesn't come up very often, but the win ratio is rather impressive. 350 said, I have one of them locked, and I should max it at some point because it is actually pretty good. We have the X-Trail, good car. The Porsche Boxster, very good car. The Clio Cup car is actually pretty good. You should keep one around if you don't have it. The Subaru Legacy I maxed only for the Yellowbird campaign, but then after the Yellowbird campaign was over and I got through the round, I actually discovered that this is actually a car that is pretty good. So this one is definitely on my list of good Subarus, which is very short, but that is definitely on it. Suzuki Swift Rally Spec, I have one maxed and I have a one that is just 1-starred. Good car for sure. VX220 is pretty decent, but kind of underwhelming. The Scirocco is very good. The Scirocco is very good and I've used it a lot. The Phaeton is okay, but it comes in clutch a lot. It gets used quite a lot, which is nice. The Tiguan is better than the Tuareg in most things, and the Tuareg is better than the Tiguan in some things, so as a result I have both of them maxed. The 850 all-wheel drive is very good, although it is a Volvo, so it very rarely comes up, which is unfortunate. The DB7 is decent at best. I did max it out for the Yellowbird campaign, I believe, and it has been maxed in my garage since. Then we're moving on to the ZR2, very good car, definitely a one you should have. The ELR is supposed to get maxed out soon. I just keep pushing it forward all the time, but I should max it out soon. I will, I promise. SSR, very good, medium, actually decent MRA, 4686, it's actually pretty good. Chrysler 300, likewise, actually pretty good for a standardized car. Ford Galaxy, also pretty good. Four-wheel drive, standard tires, 82 handling, probably a lot better than what you might think. The XES, 97 handling, but honestly pretty average car at 17 RQ. It does what you might think it does, and sometimes it might do it a little bit worse than you expect it to. So yeah, don't have too high hopes for this car, but it is good if you know where to put it. The Miura is actually pretty good. 3.9 is great for 17. The Quattroparte diesel is really good. It is medium, if you didn't know, so it actually helps me out quite a lot. JCV I just upgraded for an event. It hasn't really come in useful since. The Montero Black Edition is decent. I use it from time to time actually, and it does help me from time to time. 911 2.7. I never have used this car. In recent days I never get to use it. But it is okay, and it is medium ground clearance, so I'm happy to have it in my garage. R21 Turbo Europa Cup, good car of course. Doesn't need to be said anything else about that. The Renault Clio here is actually good. Medium ground clearance, 94 handling. Actually decent. The V6, beautiful looking car, should definitely max that one out shortly. The New Beetle, of course one of my childhood favorite cars because of the game Midtown Madness, so I keep it close to my heart, although I think it looks ugly nowadays. I used to adore it a lot when I was a kid, so yeah, interesting. And it is actually decent sometimes. Sometimes I get to use it actually, and that's nice. The Abarth 124 Spider, actually good, with the 92 handling and rear wheel drive, actually good honestly. 520D Touring, kind of underwhelming, but kind of what you expect from 84 and rear wheel drive. Then we move on to the C2R2 Max, really good car obviously. We have the Fiat Coupe 20V Turbo, really good car obviously, but it does lack mid-range, so be careful when you use it. Lamborghini Miura Roadster, very very good MRA. I think it was fine at 15 RQ, but they raised it to 16, and now it's kind of meh because the other Miura is 17, so you rarely use this one over that one. The Pininfarina has no speed whatsoever, MRA whatsoever, so definitely would advise against keeping that one. The Maserati Royale, actually decent with the medium ground clearance and standard tires. I use it from time to time, it's actually decent. RX-8 Spirit R, great car, great car, great car. The NP300 Navara usually comes in clutch because it's 16 RQ and I have it maxed out, so sometimes I need to fill with 16 RQ and then that comes in very clutch. Grand Prix, decent at best, not very good. Rover 220, very hard for you to get a hold of because it is a prize car, very rare car in that regard, but it is very very useful. So if you didn't get it, I think it was, when was it, 400 days ago, so if you didn't get it over a year ago, you are likely to never get a hold of it, but it is very good and it is a rare car and prized possession that I do have in my garage. So I'm happy about that. Subaru XT, absolutely brilliant car, super super good. Everybody should have a maxed out XT, even now in super rare it is actually very good with its medium ground clearance nowadays. definitely go and get one if you don't have one. I would justify upgrading it any day in 16RQ. Volvo is decent, but it just never comes up because it's Volvo, so that's sad. The 1000 TC is kinda underwhelming, but sometimes it's actually working decently. The Tributo Ferrari I pretty much never use. I just upgraded it because it's called Ferrari, so there you go. The Giulia is absolutely beautiful, and it is so good. Like, it's so useful. You use it a lot. You can see 300 in 199, 63% win ratio, very good car. The price car, not very good, honestly. And then we have some 15s. I haven't really gotten a lot of them maxed out. This one is maxed out 996 for an event, I think. Not really useful. This one is very useful, definitely good. And this one is like the Mitsubishi for me. I mean the Nissan, because it is, you know, useful when you need to fill exactly 15 RQ, but other than that it's not very useful. And then we have the M100 Elan, very good with the 93 handling, actually quite useful. We have the Maserati 430. 4.5 is actually pretty good, but it is low, so you need to keep that in mind. Didn't I have another 15 maxed out? No, I didn't. This one, I don't know. It is average at best. Sometimes, sometimes it comes up and it's very, very useful, but most of the time it's not. So, the Alcione, I'm on my way to maxing it out. Another good Subaru. Actually, like, honestly, Subaru has some good cars, I must admit it. Even though I am against Subaru, and this one is actually good looking as well, by the way. Even though I am against Subaru often because I think they are just bad looking Evos, and I know a lot of people are getting angry about me saying that. Sometimes they actually pull off the looks, and sometimes they actually also pull off the stats in top drives, honestly. The C70 is good, but it doesn't come up very much because it's a Volvo, so that's sad. And there we go, that's my super rares. Oh my god, my mouth is getting dry now, but let's continue. Ultra rare, only 81 here, but they are a lot of them maxed. I think pretty much all of my 81 ultra rares are maxed, so let's go in for them. We have the 030, very good car. The Auto Delta, great car. Medium, very good MRA, great car. Rapide, very good, 3.993, almost 200 top speed. What more could you want? It's actually pretty good. S1, decent. The Mulsanne Blue Train, I of course maxed for the finals, both of them. Still didn't get the Renault RS01, unfortunately, but one is actually 699, and this one helps me out more than the 969 one, believe it or not. So if you get one, I would actually advise you to 699 it, because on small city streets they tie, but on medium city streets this wins. On Twisty Circuit, this wins. On Twisty Road, this wins. On GeForce Test, this wins. And on Fast Circuit, they tie. So definitely you should do 699, honestly. 440i, very good with the medium ground clearance. Definitely one you should keep. M6 also great. The X1 great, and the X6 great. Super good cars, definitely both of them very, very resourceful. The Cadillac CTS, great car. The STS is decent, max it out if you absolutely have to, otherwise don't. The Camaro SS Coupe, very good, very good. I've heard it's actually better in 699, so I might, if I ever get another one, keep it and 699 it. The Colorado's absolutely busted, should be RQ23, well, not RQ23, but Epic after the RQ rebalancing, at least I would hope so, because they are absolutely busted at their current state. The Tahoe, great car. Metropolis, great, actually helpful, also medium, although it looks very, very low, so that's great for the Metropolis there. The Ford Focus RS500 actually comes in quite useful because of its MRA and its top speed, and also it is medium. You can see I've used it for almost 1400 races over 430 days. So yeah, it's used a lot. The RS200, I think maybe even used more. No, 1200, but yeah, very good car. I have two of them, maxed out 996 and 969. Both of them useful from time to time. Honda Legend, great car. Honestly, not as good as the Cadillac, so keep that in mind if you want to compare those. The Carlton is pretty decent. I've had it for a long time. It does not come into play very often though. Exige S1, great little car. Great little racer, definitely. If you have one, keep on. AMG S63, good one. Used to be epic, actually good for those medium city streets. The SLK Black Series, good car, 3.891, used to be epic as well. Nothing I can complain about there. The Evo 4s are good. The 969 and the 699 come in useful in different ways, both of them. The 718 Boxster is useful, very useful, and this one is also very useful, and that is why I am currently actually spending cash on maxing this one out. So there you go, that's the last views, and then that will be maxed. My two 924 GTS rallies are very, very useful. I use them all the time. I have two roof BTRs. This one is to be maxed out 969 at some point. You can see I've had it for 99 days and I haven't raised it even one single time. This one is 996, so this one will be 969. The TVR is decent, the Tamora is great, and the Tuscan is also great, so I'm happy to have both of them maxed out 996 of course. This one is 969 however. The NSXT price car, actually a good car. I haven't used it for any race yet though, but it is from the stats and from the MRA values and such a pretty good car. 535D Touring, not very good, but sometimes it actually comes in useful. The X5 is good because of its style icon and Year of the Rat tag. The Corvette Grand Sport is great, 94 handling, always great. The Chrysler Price Car 969, I haven't really used this a lot either. How many races? 3 and no wins. So yeah, it might come in clutch some other time. The Ford Focus RS is not the best, but I still keep it around. The Lancia Delta is good to have. The Lotus 340Rs are incredibly good. 1300 races on this one and 253 on this one, and both are very good. The Esprit, I just recently maxed it out, is actually a decent car. The Grand Cabrio is not as good as the Grand Cabrio MC, so if you get this one, definitely keep that instead of the Grand Cabrio. I have both of them maxed out because this used to be 22 and this used to be 21 of course. AMG G63, great car, definitely a hill climb beast. You should definitely keep it around if you get it. SLC 43, pretty good as well. Lancer Evo 1, surprisingly good, actually comes in handy quite a lot of the time. Used to be 20, 21 is more balanced I think. Ram 1500 Rebel is another price card that was handed out 332 days ago. So it will be hard to get your hands on, and it's not actually so good, so you can be happy about that. These two are good. I have a 699 and a 9691. Both of them come in handy from time to time. They are actually pretty good cars. They are medium and have ridiculous handling. Roof 3400S, good car, honestly, good all-around racer. Mito, very low 0 to 60, and it is medium, so that comes in handy as well a lot of the time. This one is actually pretty good for 20 RQ, I must say. 3.889. It is actually a pretty good car. 969, I haven't used it very much at all. 49 races only. Yeah. The Daytonas, I have two of them, and both of them are decent. They are medium, both of them 969. I have the Countach, which is maxed out wrong. It is 996, and you should 969 these Countaches. So I did that wrong. The Discovery, decent car. The Exige, not very good. Underwhelming, in fact. Not as good as I thought it would be, and not as useful as I thought it would be. Tipo Birdcage looks rad, has pretty good MRA, so it is decent, and I would keep it if you got it. And the Seer, obviously great car. Roof R56, not so useful anymore when it is ultra rare, but sometimes it comes in handy. The Golf GTI TCR, I have two of them maxed out. One is 969 and one is 699. Both of them pretty good cars. The Alfa Romeo Giulia Veloz, not very good anymore. It used to be good because it was one of very few Alfas in the game, but now that there are more, it's not very good. Caterham 7270, decent enough car for the standard tires 19RQ, actually comes in very clutch at some events. The Miura is very bad, honestly, very bad. I can't recommend that one. The Elise Sport 135, very good car, honestly. Like, you get it from the Carrier for free. This is mine from the Carrier. 2000 races, 72% win ratio. Definitely keep it around. It always comes in handy somewhere. Opel OPC, also very, very good. 4.2 95 performance tires. It's actually pretty darn good. Definitely keep it around. Solstice, great car. 4.592, great car. And that's me dropping my phone. I'm very sorry about that. I'm gonna throw it on my bed. TVR Griffith and XC90. XC90, great car, but because it's a Volvo, it rarely comes into use, so that's sad. And then we are moving on to my epics. We're almost at the home stretch now. Let's go. Now we only have 820. We started with 823 because obviously we fused the Porsche. Okay, so starting here, I have 2 RS3 Sport Packs. I know, it's insane. I will max this one out eventually. I don't know when, but I will. And this one is maxed out and it's absolutely brutal. It wins a lot of races and it is actually pretty crazy, honestly. I have the Audi RS7 Sport Pack, actually good. The car I've raced second to the most in my garage, over 4,000 races, which is ridiculous. I mean, honestly, 4,000 races, but there it is, great car. The Bentley Continental Supersports I maxed out for the finals. It is pretty good, but it didn't help me out, unfortunately, enough for me to get the prize car. I also did a fuse on this on handling, but that didn't help either. I had the X6 for quite a long time now, and as you can see, it has 91% win ratio, with it, which is split with another car as the best win ratio in my garage. So definitely, wow, I can't recommend this one enough. Like, honestly, so good. The Cadillac CT6, actually underwhelming at some points, but it's actually, you can see it's decent enough for 71%, so I keep it around. But the DS number 09 is so much better in every single event except for like long drags. SRT Hellcat, almost maxed out. Good enough car, should max it out at some point. I definitely will get onto it, but I have another epic project happening before this, so I'm gonna deal with that first and I'm gonna show you it soon. And then I have the green Hellcat as well. It is decent, should get maxed out at some point. The Diablo VT Roadster has 1 fuse put in on weight. It is not so good, but it is decent. 211 S charged, I mean crazy car. Same goes for the Mazda Ferrari. These cars are just like Goliaths. How many races on this? 1,300, almost 80% win ratio, and this one has 700, almost 80% win ratio. Great cars, both of them. I have 2 Lotus Elise Cup 250. One of them is upgraded once on handling, and one of them is just 1 star, but they are both decent, and I keep them around. AMG GT, I never really got to use it. Same goes for the McLaren AMGs. I mean the McLaren Mercedes-Benzes. I never really used any of these quite a lot, but they will probably come in useful at some point, and I will be forced to put some fuses into them. Sonda is crazy. 3.498, just pure ballistic. It's amazing, and I'm happy to have it. You can see I've had it for 56 days and already raced over 200 times with it. The 911 Carrera is a very old one. I've had it for 350 days, raced it over 1,000 times. It's actually pretty cool. 99 handling helps it out a lot. I have my 3 bananas. I mean, the bananas are just crazy. All of them should be maxed out, and I will max them out at some point. This one is upgraded once on weight, and they are great, honestly. The roof compressor, crazy car, crazy MRA, crazy top speed, crazy everything. Definitely a car to look out for sure. Disco Volante, very good, 97 handling, very good. This is my epic project I'm working on now. I'm gonna max this one, 996, and I'm gonna use it on drags. It will be very useful, I think, on drags specifically and hill climbs. Flying Spur, actually put a fuse into this because of the finals. Didn't work out though, I still lost. But yeah, there it is. The M6 Grand Coupe, cannot recommend this car enough. 3.191 medium ground clearance, actually so good. Like actually so good. If you get it, keep it, max it out, honestly. This is my Camaro from the career, 1,419 races, 67% win ratio, maxed out 699, good car. I have my two Corvettes. This one is maxed out on handling. This one is supposed to be maxed out at some point too. Yeah, interesting cars, pretty good. One of my favorite epics, if not the favorite epic in my garage, is the DS number 9. It is so good. 1,186 races, almost 80% win ratio, 3.886 standard tires, 4-wheel drive medium, is so good. The Mustang Boss, I haven't put any more work into this than a weight upgrade. It doesn't really come up very often. I've had it for 200 days and only raced it 181 times. F-Pace is upgraded once on chassis, but it's not very good without it being maxed out, but I did use it sometimes. My Diablo is upgraded on weight and chassis. It is decent, honestly. And then we come to my Ford Gallardos. I have two of them, 699, as you can see here. And this one is 699, and this one is as well. So both of them. And then I have a 9691 just for the test bolts, because I didn't do a 996 for some reason. This one will probably be 996 if I ever decide to max it out. I don't know if I will though. But yeah, pretty crazy that I have 4 of these nevertheless. And the Exige, great little car, 97 handling helps this one out a lot. It's a great car to have, honestly. 97 handling, of course, because I maxed the chassis, by the way. Exige Cup 260, great looking car, another great little Lotus. I have 2 of the Levante S's, not very upgraded, but this one is actually fused once on chassis. At some point I will max out this one. I have both of the 25 RQ Lancer Evos. I think they're on, no, the others are 26, right? So I don't have the 26s, which is unfortunate, but I do have these 2, and they are both very good. I've used this so many times, like 2,300 races, crazy. And this one is useful, and I can tell you where it's useful, nowhere. I don't even know why I said this one is useful. It's absolutely trash, definitely. One of the most underwhelming price cars in price car history, I think, Tri-Series price car history. It's not very good at all, like not very good at all, and I will not max it out anytime soon. 4C, it is maxed, upgraded like this since a long time ago, because I decided to do it. It's actually pretty decent. CSR is good, 2.695, you can't complain with that. CL1 is really bad, but I've had it for such a long time now. I'm not gonna just sell it or fuse it now. I've had it for 175 days, only done 32 races. The Ford SVT Raptors are of course very, very good. This one is max 969. This one I'm planning to do 699 at some point. Great cars. The Cyclone, great car. It's waiting for its correction, because it's not supposed to be so slow to 60, but if it doesn't get its correction, it's still a very good car to have maxed out for 24 RQ, and I use it a lot anyways. I can assure you I have 700 races, almost over 200 days. That's a lot. Quattroporte not very good, Diablo not very good, 718 Boxer not very good, and Airs 2 Avant not very good. This one is Fuse. This one is very good. I've had it ever since it was ultra rare, and it has helped me out since. These 2 are good, both of them, the Renault R5 Maxi Turbos. This one is upgraded on engine and chassis, and this one is upgraded on nothing. But they are great, and I should max one of them out at some point. I will do. Alright guys, that was the epics. A lot of duplicate epics is what I have, and a lot of great epics. I'm very fortunate to have such a good epic garage. And then we move on to my 16 legendaries. Now I don't have the best legendary garage, it's pretty underwhelming. You would think with 16 legendaries that I have a lot of good ones, but I don't really have a lot of good ones. But yeah, here we go. We go for the Guardian first, of course. This one is the one that is split for my best win ratio, 91%, 1,000 races over 200 days. Absolutely brutal car. It's maxed out, 699 of course, great car. The Huracan, I've put a weight fuse on it. It is obviously a price car, so it is not the most useful in like finals and stuff, but it is used a lot. You can see 80 days already, 470 races. Obviously this one is the best car in my entire garage, and if I were to max it out, it would be absolutely brutal with its 102 handling. But it is not maxed out for the time being, but I will definitely think about focusing on that one shortly. The GT90, great car, honestly, high top speed, like crazy. Yeah, I should put a fuse on this at some point. Decent car, honestly. McLaren, maxed out, I've had it. This is the most raced car in my garage, 4,233 races. I've had it for over 470 days. Yeah, just a great car, honestly, nothing more to be said. Maxed out 699, so should you if you plan on maxing this one out. McLaren F1, decent car, very good top speed. GTR, decent car, actually pretty good for short drags and hairpin roads. Almost used it 2,000 times at this point, very good. Duke R, not so good, honestly. Like 82% win ratio, sure, but it's never like really useful anywhere, and it doesn't come up very often. But yeah, I could definitely see the appeal of this car if I were to max it out though. The CTR3, another good car in my garage, honestly. It goes up to 100 handling. When maxed out. It's a 2000s car as well, so it's pretty useful. I would definitely look into doing something with that soon as well. The Turbo R Limited, absolutely useless, I think. Like, I pretty much never use it. 200 days, 100 uses for a legendary, that is not a lot, my friends. And it's actually not very good either. The Cadillac Cian has a monster MRA, so for that reason it is actually justifiable, I think. You can see I've used it 230 times with a great win ratio, so that is definitely a car I am happy to have. Also, it is a legendary Caddy, so I usually do well in Cadillac events because of this one. The Viper ACR, great, and I have actually upgraded it once on handling. 222 races, 81% win ratio. Great car, honestly. For 28 RQ, very great. Murcielago, utterly useless, honestly, and I don't like saying that about legendaries, but I use this very little, and when I do use it, often I find myself just winning like with 50 points over an ultra rare or something like that, so yeah, not the best, honestly. Here is my maxed out R390 GT1 road car, absolutely brutal car when it's maxed out. 2,500 races, of course, not all of them from when I have it maxed out, hence why it has such a low win ratio. But since I maxed this one out, like in like a week, it's gone from 70 to 71%, so it's gonna go up further as well. 3.3100, amazing MRA, amazing top speed, actually brutal this car, so I'm happy to have it. This one, actually so bad. Like, I honestly need to fuse this up to 2 stars for it to be better than my 26 RQ Gallardos, my Roadster ones. I need to fuse it up to 2 stars before it competes with those, so I'm not gonna do it, okay? Because in the RQ rebalancing, it would not surprise me if this one goes down to actually being epic. We will see. The Lotus Exige, not a very good car, but a beautiful looking car indeed, so I do keep it around. It's beautiful. I keep around all of my legendaries from I know I've sold some legendaries in the past, but I'm never gonna do that again, and it's over a year since I've sold a legendary, you know, so I'm not gonna start with that behavior anytime soon again. The GTS, people say it's so good. They're like, oh, you shouldn't be so mad because you got a 27 when it is a good one, and blah blah blah, and it's very good, and the MRA is very good. Okay, I buy that, and I've looked at the MRA. The MRA is pretty good, like almost ridiculous. But honestly, with 3.4 and 89 handling, it can't do much. Like, it cannot do much. Even though you say it is a very good, it can't do much against maxed epics anyways, so it's not very good. But it is one of the better 27s, I can give you that. And I don't know if I will fuse it. I will definitely wait for the new update to see if it goes down or not, and then I can think about it. So yeah, that was my complete garage tour, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun talking to you for a longer period of time, to just sit down and chillax and show off my entire garage. If you did enjoy this video, it would mean the world to me if you could hit that like button. That would help out a lot. Also, if you want to comment what your best car in your garage is, you could do that, and I will read and look at what your best car is. And also, guys, my Discord, which is a Top Drives Discord where anybody is welcome. You can join, so long as you are not mean to one another. You could definitely join that community. So if you want to, it's down below in the description, as well as my Top Drives related Instagram, where I post every single max out I do in my garage, and my Top Drives. Well, it's not really Top Drives. Well, it is Top Drives. It's my Patreon. It is also down there if you want to give me a few bucks to keep the channel going. Yeah, that is pretty much all I had for you in today's video. If you want to subscribe to the channel, the button will be in the middle of your screen right now. It literally takes 3 seconds to press that subscribe button, and it is completely free, and you will get videos sent directly to you every single day. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, stay safe, have a good one, take care of one another, and goodbye.